Hello and welcome back to a new tutorial. In this video I will show you how you can turn Mari into Substance Painter. Yes, you heard that right, you can turn Mari into Substance Painter, or let's say into a Substance Painter on steroids. What I actually mean is you can have the same workflow which you have in Substance Painter with some material presets here and also with some smart masks. The only difference is you have to do this by your own, and you can save it here into the shelf and use it all the time. And in this video especially we will have a look on the smart masks. Maybe I will do a second video about creating some materials here which are more or less smart. So if you double click on it you can drag and drop here some of the textures on it and change them. But I think the video will become too long and better split it up into more videos. So after Mari has loaded here, I will show what I mean. So look, here I have a pretty easy setup. Now I can paint here and I have a Substance Painter here in Mari. Pretty cool, right? Bake, and thanks for watching. See you in the next video. Yeah, I know this joke becomes slowly a bit old and not so funny anymore, but I think we can work along when we jump here into the tutorial itself. So to start first we need to bake here our mesh maps. I did that here in Mari, so if you don't know how to do that, it's pretty straightforward. So for the ambient occlusion, you can simply go here under the objects and bake here ambient occlusion. It isn't that accurate compared to the one in Substance Painter or Marmoset and stuff like that, but it's worth a try. On some meshes it works pretty well, on some meshes it fucks a bit up, and I think most of the time it's worth to try it out at least. And same here for the curvature. So for this curvature you don't need to go here for the objects, but you can simply type in here curvature node, same for the ambient occlusion node, and use here a bake point to bake it down. And here in the bake point we can export it. So type in here ambient occlusion or AO, whatever, but you need to know this naming has to be always the same when you open a new project and stuff like that, because later our smart mask will look for this name here. And same here for the curvature node. Here the only difference is I added here a Gaussian filter just to blur it a bit more here, and exported it the same here as GeoChannel. So you can find here the GeoChannels when I have it off screen, sorry, when you press here on the objects, and here the GeoChannels, you can find them here and rename it if you mistakenly spelled it wrong. That's about set up here the starting point, and now we want to create here such a smart mask like that. Give it a moment to load here in the viewport, and here we are. Look at that, it looks almost like a Substance Painter. I mean, Substance Painter is doing the exact same like we have it here. And what you can see here is actually a group node, and in this group node we have some stuff going on and some here, let's close this one here. We have some parameters promoted here on top of the group node, so we can change it here. So we can change the rotation here, we can adjust the AO amount here, we can change here the cloud, whatever we want to promote here on top of the group node. And if we go inside the group node, it looks like that. It's actually super easy. So I think the easiest way to do is when we create our own, right? So let's go here outside. Let's go here a bit on the side. And we can start here with a GeoChannel node. Look through it. And it looks super beautiful, right? So we need to hook it up to a GeoChannel. So double click on it. And let's say we want the ambient occlusion. That's what I mean. The naming has to be consistent all the time. So because, yeah, as said, it will look here for this naming. Otherwise, it will not find it. It will give an error. But it's not a problem. You can rename it and it will find it and you are back on track. So next thing is we need a levels node. Let's go for our levels. And we can call this one here AO adjust. So we know it later what it is when we promote the parameters. We want to clamp it here. And next thing is we want to merge our cloud over it. Go for a cloud node. It's actually just a noise. And with this one we can break it up. So let's go here and change a bit the behavior of it. We don't want to have it that rough. I mean, we can promote the parameter later on as well, so we have full flexibility over everything here. Let's go for different size. And here on the merge node, let's go for overlay. Now if we change here a bit of the parameter, you can see it behaves differently. Alright, next thing is we go for another merge node. And we can import a texture for that. And I have here my cool tool called Connector, which is free. You can find it on the World Wide Web. And here I have some textures from my texture pack, which you can find on my Gumroad. I think I will put the link into the video description. You can drag and drop from here a texture. Let's say we want to go for, why not this one here? Put it here in the image manager, which is off screen. Wait, I can show it. And here we are, here it is, so I have it off screen. No, let's have it for now quickly here. So here it's pretty important, we want to have it as a scalar data, and from here we can drag and drop it here. Because I have the extension pack, it asks me, hey, how do you want to import that? If you don't have the extension pack, it just will create a file node when I'm not wrong. And here I want to do that the same, it's just the image node, yeah, it's called image node. Oh no, it's not the image node. Wait, what was it? I press always just 5. Yeah, tiles. Sorry, I have more in muscle memory. Yeah, so let's go here for over and bring this one here outside again. We don't need it anymore. And here we want to have it on overlay as well. So this doesn't look that cool, but we can work a bit more on this. So we can add here a bit of repetition. Let's go for 3 maybe. And last but not least, we need a levels node. So on this levels node, we go for clamping here as well. And now we can crunch it. Come on. Yeah. And now we get some action here. So you have seen here I have also an input for Hero Paint, and that's actually pretty easy to do. We can quickly dive inside here. As you can see, it looks pretty much the same. For the Hero Paint, we also need here a merge node, which is just a normal, and here an input node, but I will show you that. So we want to plug this here in front of our cloud, because we want that everything what is behind the chain affects what we paint here as Hero Paint. Let's go here for another merge node. You can select a node and hit M on the, not spacebar. You can press M on the keyboard and it will create a merge node. So let's go here and we need an input node. Hook it up here. And we can call this one here Hero Paint. It doesn't have to do with some heroes like the Black Adam or Iron Man or stuff like that. It's just, yeah, the main paint where you break up all the stuff. So we also want to invert it here at the end, because right now we are telling, hey, white is visible and black isn't visible. And since we are creating here a dirt mask, which is most of the time in the occluded area, like here in the spheres where it's black, we want to have it there white. And we can simply type in invert. And here we go. to double check what it is doing, we can hook it up here. Let's maximize it quickly. If you hover over a window in Mari and hit spacebar, you can maximize the window. This is actually super handy when you're dealing with node graph and some painting stuff. So let's grab here the spaghetti. Whoop. And hook it up here. Spacebar again. And now let's view our shader. Give it a quick moment to load. And here we go. Do you see that? Pretty nice ambient occlusion dirt here, which we have. Okay, it's rust here, but you can pipe in whatever you want. Okay, so how can we turn this one here into a smart mask? I mean, it is actually smart because it reacts to our input here, which we feed in. So it's fully procedural on this stage. And we can simply select all of them and Ctrl G, and it will create a group node. So now this group node we can call something like AO dirt mask, or you can go crazy. Yeah, here we don't want this one here, we want an underscore. And we want to make it here smart on top as well. So for this one, I think we need to rename a few things here. So here we have the tile, it's already named. Yeah, right. So here we want to rename this one here as well. Let's call it Mask Crunch. Great, and now you can see here this little tool symbol here. So we want to port this one here, and this one here. Here, well, let's close here this one for a moment. We don't need to do anything here on the invert. So here on the texture, we want to promote here, of course, this here. So we can easily swap the texture later on, which is not a problem. I can show you that, not a problem. So we want to promote here the tiling, let's say the rotation as well, and the offset. And here the cloud, of course. We want to have the size and the roughness. Do we need to do something here? Yes, here the AO adjust. This is most of the time here just the mid value, but if you want you can promote the others as well, but I want to go here just with this one here. And now let's go outside, close this one here. So it's easier. And now if we double click here, we can see we have everything here promoted. Let's close here this one, and we can adjust it a bit nicer. So by pressing here on the, what is it, the P, right? Yeah, you can move here all the stuff up and down and place it here a bit nicer, whatever you want. But we want to have it here in our shelf, right? So we can double click, go to node, and here convert to custom procedural. Press on that. And now you have it converted into a custom procedural, and now we can go for export, go to export path, and hook it up here on the side where you want to save all your stuff. So I have it here already set it up on my end, so just use the hard drive or SSD, whatever. Go here for custom procedurals and name it here. Call it AO underscore dirt mask. And save. Here it's just the path, and now we can say it's another color procedural. It's a procedural mask which we dealing here. And create export as procedural. So it will take a quick moment, so it will take a snapshot here. Yeah, give it just a bit of time. Even more bit of time. Almost. Come on. More speed. Wasn't it Jeremy from Top Gear who said that? Speed! Yeah, insert it here. More speed. And yeah, as I said, Substance Painter is doing the exact same, just it has preset up smart materials and smart masks. Now we can go here to the shelf. By the way, if you can find the shelf, you can find it here in the drop down. I think on your end it's on the right side. I just have it docked here to have a bit more cleaner looking UI. Okay, thanks Google for talking with me. I don't know if you hear that. You can find it here on the icon. So here it's the shelf, and then you have it. You can dock it here, and it also looks almost the same like Substance Painter. So yeah, as I said here, right click so you can create a new what is it called? Yeah, let's call it group or drop down, and right click, import item, and navigate to your folder. Here is Mari, custom procedural, and here is the AO dirt mask. Open, and look, we have it here. And from now on it's saved. We can delete this one here. Bye bye. Yeah, load forever, Mari, please. It is a bit faster when I'm not recording, to be honest. So it's a bit cheap, you have it to calculate. So now we can drag and drop it here. Also the texture is saved, and we can hook it up here again, and it looks the exact same. Yeah, autosaving, thank you. So the cool thing is, here we have the hero paint. And the hero paint actually is pretty important. So we can go here for paint node, which has an alpha, and press OK. And hook it up here into the hero paint. And now we can say, okay, this here looks too procedural. There, it's actually quite a bit more slow when I'm recording. I don't like here this area, so we can paint it here away. Or I said, come on, I want to have a bit more. And as you can see, it reacts smart because we have the texture which is overlaid, and also with the noise. Everything affects here the painting, and that's actually pretty nice, I say. Let's break it down. And we can say, yeah, let's adjust it here a bit more. Let's go double click here and crunch the map. So we get sharper edges, or let's say, yeah, it's too sharp. Let's adjust it here a bit more. And the noise is also not that much what I like. Let's go for more something like that. And the midpoint, yeah, also not that fan of it. You can go super crazy here. And as I said, you can also swap the texture. So I have here, from loading all the smart materials, already some textures load. You can simply drag and drop here, and it will look different. Of course, we have painted here some hero paint. You can delete it, and it's gone when Mari's loaded. That's actually super cool, and you're super flexible, and you have created your own smart mask, which is the same like in Substance Painter. And you can go super crazy here in this node graph. You can enter it here by pressing the little S here. You can go super crazy. You can create a smart mask which will do 90% of your job, whatever, for every situation, and just save it, hook it up, and it works. It works all the time. And same is here for the edge damage. We can enter it. Let's maximize it. I don't want to create here another smart mask. I mean, we are already on almost 20 minutes. I don't want to go over 20 minutes, but we can have a look how this is set up quickly. So here, first thing first, again, the geo channel, which is hooked up to the curvature. We have the adjust for the midpoint, and we have the hero point. So far, so same. And here we have the clouds. So far, so same. The only difference here is I have here a levels node to crunch the cloud a bit. Here we have, again, the texture which I imported, but here I'm using a manifold UV, which is also from the extension pack, just because it's a bit easier to alter later on top the texture a bit. And here again we have the crunch levels at the end, and we invert it and output it, and we have some edge breakups like here. So as you can see, it's actually pretty easy. You can save as many as you want into your shelf, and you can do some happy painting, happy procedural, whatever you want, and you can call Mari now Substance Painter on steroids. So I hope this tutorial was a bit helpful to you, and you can see this way that Mari can be actually super strong, also in workflow wise super fast. I mean, now you can just drag and drop here your presets and they work, and speed up your workflow and get a bit more close to the workflow of Substance Painter. And yeah, thanks for watching and see you in the next video. Bye bye!